Well. Tell me something I don't know, bitch.
Tell me something I don't know.
Hi everyone, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, you know what fucking time it is, bitch. It's time for the Daily Scream. Donald Trump, yes, the man we unfortunately have to call our president / a walking lawsuit with a poorly fitted toupee, was told months ago that its name showed up multiple times in the Epstein files. Back in May, his own attorney general, Pam Bondi, sat him down and was like,
"Hey girl, so your name's actually in the files, like, a few times, alongside a whole bunch of other rich and wealthy people, but don't panic."
And what did Trump do? Did he release the files like he promised all of his supporters? Did he say, I have nothing to hide? No. He said, let's not release them at all. And then lied on camera in July saying that he was never told that his name was in the files. Babe, we got the receipts and the timestamps. I don't think there's a way you could just wiggle your way out of this one. I am sure Jeffrey Epstein had a folder designated just for you with your name in big, bold fucking letters. And you know what's wild about all of this? Trump sued the Wall Street Journal because they did an article where they said that Trump signed a birthday book for Jeffrey Epstein. Yep, that's right. A grown-ass man suing the Wall Street Journal because they reported he signed his name in a birthday book. Which again, if you had no idea what Epstein was doing and you signed your name in his birthday book, that's not incriminating. So why are you suing? Unless you knew what he was doing and still actively signed his birthday book, and you know that makes you look guilty as fuck. You're literally telling on yourself. You're so dumb, it's unbelievable. And now, after all of this buildup, his administration is like, we reviewed the files, there's nothing to see, case closed. But they won't release the files. Why? Because it contains graphic child nudity as well as private information. Right, so redact it. Release the parts that don't traumatize the general public and the victims. What are you hiding? All I have to say is if you have nothing to hide, why are you acting like you do? So I made the grave mistake of posting this video to my spam account last night. I want to see if when I look upwards, my eyes go in different directions. So that's what I'm going to do.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
And as you can all imagine, this is what my comment section currently looks like. Really, bitch? And you did this on my birthday?
And you did it at my birthday dinner.
Now, I assumed the post would live and die peacefully on my spam account because it's my spam. Who the fuck is checking that shit out? But as per usual, I was wrong.
Very wrong.
Thank you for the profile picture. Yo, we kinda look alike. Rate my profile picture, y'all. We low-key look alike. Considering I've been through this before a number of times, I obviously should have seen this coming. And again, this was a grave error on my behalf. So I guess moral of the story here is if you're going to film a video of yourself looking upwards to see if your eyes go in two different directions, maybe you should keep that shit hidden in your drafts, because curiosity may not have killed the cat, but it will be haunting me for the rest of my life. As much as I'd love to, I can't even make this shit up. Trump posted a deep-fried AI video of Barack Obama getting arrested in the Oval Office to the song YMCA. Meanwhile, everyone else is out here begging this dumb twat to release the Epstein files like,
Hey girl, maybe tell us which one of your billionaire friends you took with you to Pedophile Island.
and instead of answering that, he thought, why don't I blame Barack Obama for treason? Sir, what? Hi everyone, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, you know what fucking time it is, bitch. It's time for the Daily Scream. The president should represent the best of the United States. Trump? He represents the worst of mankind. He's petty, unintelligent, and an egomaniacal pedophile with the impulse control of a toddler on Adderall. He called Epstein a terrific guy, and Epstein saw Trump as one of his closest friends. That's a quote, not some random shit I've made up. And now that people are calling him out, he's panicking. Suddenly, it's all fake news and Obama needs to be arrested. He had years to be transparent. Instead, he's posting AI memes like he's a divorced dad on TikTok with victim complex after cheating on his wife with 4 different women. And MAGA, babe, you really thought he was gonna, come on! You really thought he was gonna release the Epstein files? If he did that, he'd be exposing himself. If he had nothing to hide, he would have released the files already. But he keeps on deflecting because he knows deep down that this Epstein story that he has going on does not end with happily ever after. It actually ends with, and the President of the United States was on Epstein's plane to Pedophile Island on 7 different occasions. You aren't pro-justice, you're pro-distraction. You're sitting here posting shit saying no one is above the law. Are you like actually fucking stupid? Please, if nobody is above the law, put those words into action and drive yourself to the nearest precinct where you can be processed and sent to jail where you belong. And it's weird that you're posting an AI video of Obama getting arrested when there are literal photos of you actually getting arrested. You're pathetic and you're an embarrassment to this country. It's actually astounding. Oh, great news, everyone. The Trump administration is trying to let big oil bulldoze through 13 million acres of protected Arctic land. Land where indigenous communities have lived for thousands of years. But who cares if we destroy the homes of indigenous communities? Who cares if polar bears go extinct, right? Who cares if we permanently destroy one of the last untouched ecosystems on the planet? Because as Trump loves to say, drill, baby, drill. So let's microwave the planet and see what happens. And you know, while we're at it, who cares if we drill through one of the most biodiverse ecosystems on Earth? Let's just drill through the last wild place in America, melt the permafrost, and see what happens. Like, what's the worst that can go wrong? Global famine, weather collapse. But no, on a very serious note, this shit is terrifying. The Trump administration's Department of Interior is trying to repeal something called the Special Areas Rule. It was passed last year to protect 13 million acres of Arctic wilderness from oil and gas drilling. And now they're trying to rip it away. Fast. The Arctic is warming 4 times faster than the rest of the world, and drilling there would be a literal climate time bomb. It would release carbon that's been locked in the land for centuries, and once that happens, it cannot be undone. We're not just endangering the lives of indigenous communities nearby or wildlife, we're putting the entire planet's stability at risk. But here's the part they don't want you to know. We all can actually fight this. Right now, there's a public comment period open. And last time we did this, nearly 150,000 people submitted comments with NRDC alone. And that helped win those protections in the first place. Now, we have until August 4th to do it again. So if you care about the indigenous communities who have lived in that region for thousands of years, if you care about polar bears, migratory birds, or even just the minor detail of, I don't know, human survival, go to the link in my bio and submit a comment. It takes 30 seconds and silence is not an option. The Arctic is not for sale, and if we don't fight back, they will sell off everything until there is nothing left to protect. Well, isn't this convenient? Oh, hey guys, yeah, don't mind me. I'm just packing up like the House fucking Republicans! Because nothing says we care about Americans, like cutting the work week short to avoid voting on whether or not to release the files of a human sex trafficker. Hi everyone, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, you know what fucking time it is, bitch! It's time for the Daily Scream! That's right, the House Republicans that scream transparency just ran out the back door like a bunch of rats on the Titanic. All because Democrats were gonna force a vote on declassifying the Epstein files. So instead of facing that, Mike Johnson called a recess and sent everyone home early. And he said it was to avoid political games. And while Mike Johnson is attempting to do damage control, Trump is over here pretending like he's not involved at all. Isn't it bizarre that the same people who were screaming to release the Epstein files, like J.D. Vance and Trump's own son, are suddenly quiet? Are these bastards under the impression that we're all just a whole bunch of fucking idiots with no critical thinking skills? Honestly, I think the Trump administration is scrambling because they know that we all see this for what it truly is. Trump was a part of a pedophile sex trafficking ring, and now they're trying to cover up all the evidence that could be used against him. But that makes sense, considering the Trump administration has been withholding billions in grant money and have been actively pursuing cuts to education. It's almost like, and I could be wrong here, the Trump administration wants us to be stupid. They want us to be just as empty-headed as they are. That way we'll take everything that they say at face value. So to recap, Republicans are saying that they're pro-transparency, but won't vote to release the Epstein files because that would require them to be transparent. They say they're pro-life, but they're cutting programs that actually save and protect lives. They say they care about kids, but also defunded the department that actively investigates human sex trafficking. And they've done all of this while simultaneously funding a genocide using billions of American tax dollars. Meanwhile, we have children in the US who will no longer be able to get free school lunch. Millions of Americans have lost health care. The SNAP program has been defunded. We have millions of homeless veterans across the country. And we have people sleeping under freeways and rationing insulin. The truth is, they're scared. That's why they packed early for summer. But don't worry, we all can't wait for you bitches to come back in September, because we'll be waiting. And that's where you fucked up, because the American people are already impatient as is, and now you're making all of us wait longer to see if you guys will vote whether or not to release the Epstein files that Trump is definitely in. But by that time, I'm sure you'll find a way to scrub his name out of it.